The sun was setting over the streets of Los Angeles, casting golden hues on the sidewalks. Life moved at its usual pace, but within the crowd was someone walking with her head low, hidden under a soft cap. Selena Gomez. No red carpets, no flashing lights, just a young woman carrying the quiet weight of a granddaughter's love. In her hands was a worn-out notebook, its corners bent, the pages yellowed with time. It had belonged to her grandmother, Rosa. When Selena was little, Rosa would hum melodies from its pages and tell her, "One day, the lost note will find you, or maybe you'll find it." Selena had long forgotten those words, until now. Recent emotional storms, heartbreak, and an unshakable emptiness had drawn her back to this old book. As she flipped through the pages, she noticed something odd, a story unfinished, a final melody missing. One page was either torn away or left blank, like a song waiting to be completed. That evening, Selena made a decision. Her grandmother had often visited a small vinyl shop outside the city in her youth. Perhaps the answers were there. The shop stood like a time capsule. Faded Beatles posters clung to the walls, dusty records filled wooden shelves, and a faint jazz tune played from an antique speaker. The moment Selena stepped in, the scent of aged vinyl and old wood brought back childhood memories. Behind the counter sat an elderly man, adjusting his glasses as he looked up. "Can I help you?" he asked gently. Selena spoke her grandmother's name, Rosa. The man's eyes softened. "Rosa? Oh, she had a voice like a lullaby. But that last note of hers, no one ever found it." Selena's voice trembled. "Maybe it's time someone did." The man walked to a glass cabinet and pulled out a small box. Inside was a cassette tape and an old voice recorder. "She left this with me, said it wasn't finished. Maybe it's meant for you." Later that night, in her hotel room, Selena carefully pressed play. The tape hissed before her grandmother's voice emerged, gentle, tired, but warm. "Life," she said, "is like an unfinished song. Some notes only someone else can complete." Then, a faint piano melody began, haunting, emotional. But just as it reached its peak, it cut off, the missing note. Still lost. Tears welled in Selena's eyes. She sat at the piano, letting her fingers find the tune once more. She closed her eyes and listened to the melody, to her heartbeat, to something deeper. And then, she played the missing note. The next day, Selena entered the recording studio. She didn't explain anything. She simply sat at the piano and played. No one moved. No one breathed. The song wasn't made for charts. It wasn't meant for fame. It was a gift for her, for Rosa, for healing. That day, a silence broke. In the silence, there was peace. That night, as the city lights blinked like stars below, Selena sat by the window. The notebook closed softly in her lap. She looked up at the sky and whispered, "Grandma, you were right. Sometimes, to find the lost note, all you need is to listen to your heart." If this story moved you, perhaps you too have a lost note inside you waiting to be played.